Drag Queen Story Hour is back in the news because there have been some protests in Missouri and Denver and probably other places where the news hasn't caught it, of people rising up and saying this is child abuse to take these children to be entertained by these perverse individuals whose lives are a moral sewer. You want to live that way? It's a free country. Live that way. Adults want to be a part of such gross, disgusting entertainment. You have a right to do that. But child abuse is what I would call taking children to see one of these freaks go through a whole lot of sexual garbage, trying to instill this mess in the minds of toddlers and kindergartners. Now, when I talk like that, and yes, I know that's rough because I have no patience with this mess. Look, I love that drag queen. That person needs God. That person needs to be saved. That person needs to be delivered. God wants that person to be a normal human being. A drag queen is not a normal human being. But God wants that person to be a normal human being, and so do I. And in that sense, I love them with the love of Christ. Okay? I don't hate them. I don't want to hurt them. I don't want to harm them. But when you start messing with children, you really get on the wrong side of me. Because that mess is unconscionable. And the stupid parents who take their children into this mess need to be dope slapped. They need to have their children taken away from them. You know, when I was practicing law in Massachusetts, I defended a number of parents who social services tried to take their children away because they spanked them. I mean, no marks, no abuse, no. And guess what one of the things was that the social service looked at as evidence of abuse? That they made their children go to church every Sunday. I'm not kidding you, folks. I'm not exaggerating. Social services saw that as an evidence, a proof that these children were probably abused, because after all, who would make their children go to church? Well, do you think toddlers and kindergartners are being asked to go to Drag Queen Story Hour? Taking your children to church is not abuse. It's what God commands us to do. But taking your children to Drag Queen Story Hour is abuse of a magnitude that is hard to overstate. As far as I'm concerned, it's the equivalent of pedophilia, and it should be treated the same way.